Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Speedway, Indiana. We are at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Racing Museum. This is the weekend of the NASCAR, IndyCar, Indianapolis Road Course double header. But between sessions, we are here today to check out the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Museum. So here's our tour guide today. Luke, tell us about yourself.
What's up, guys? My name is Luke Edwards. I've been here for just over 2 years, but I've been a lifelong fan. I've been out at the track when I was an infant. My parents had me out here, so lifelong fan here turned career. I do the social media, digital content for IMS Museum, and we're really excited to have you guys out here today. We're gonna go see the secret basement. There's a lot of folklore around it, and we just opened it up to the public for VIP tours only.
Whoa.
So you can go to our website and register at tours.brickyard.com if you want to do a paid tour. It's available to anybody, but there is a price wall there, so be sure to check that out.
Awesome, now you got me really excited. What's this out here?
Don't look at the back, because the back's not totally covered. We couldn't find a cover big enough for it at the last second.
I feel like it's not a Chevy. You guessed Rick Mast. That seems like a popular guess. You said Jeff Gordon. See, I feel like they would have found a large enough car cover if this was actually Jeff Gordon's 1994 car. That's my guess. But maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm right. Yeah. All right, I'm curious to see what this car under the sheet is. Let's check it out. He's been hyping this thing up.
See how wrong we are.
We've been hyping it up. Oh, I see some orange.
Oh. Of course.
Wow. I hope the camera does that orange justice. The iconic 43 now sitting out front of the IMS Museum.
Oh yeah, that's what you do.
Look at that. I love when the interior of the car matches the color. Oh gosh, spooky. Oh, good. No, but I love when the interior of the car matches the exterior as far as the color. Like many of Earnhardt's car, that reddish orange color, also is seen on the inside. Oh, that is so nice. Immediately upon entering, you're flanked by the Indianapolis Motor Speedway gift shop on either side, complete with special weekend merchandise and much, much more. We'll take a look at this after we get through looking inside the museum. Oh, I like this. It's cheesy, but I love it. But no, I can't get distracted already. Oh, they've got a wall of IndyCar die-cast. Small and large. What scale are these? 1/18th, I think? That's nice. All right, I lied. We're looking at the gift shop first. Lots of IndyCar t-shirts, Indianapolis Motor Speedway merchandise. Awesome stuff. All right, so we're starting out with the basement collection. Not allowed to film it. This is very secretive, it sounds like. That has me really excited. But again, like you said, y'all can come here for yourself and see it in person. Wow, I'm in shock. I wish I could have shown y'all what was in there. I wish I could even really talk about it. All I can say is that if you're a motorsports fan, especially an open wheel fan, oh my gosh, the basement was a treasure trove. A collection of racing goodies. Goodies is an unfair word. Goodies is an unfair word. Yeah, that makes it sound cheap, and that was absolutely not cheap. Mesmerizing, jaw-dropping, spectacular. Now, we are in the main museum, the main hall, the main area that any fan can roll up when they're open and enter with a ticket. Except we're sneaking in sneaking in. Luke is letting us in, David Land is here letting us in, the folks at the museum are letting us in, but we are here after hours. All the lights have been dimmed. We'll have to get a good look at all these race cars. Oh my goodness. I'm a NASCAR fan first, but I've now been to a couple IndyCar races. I try to keep up with it as much as I can. Definitely have a lot of respect for the series, but I may not be able to identify all of these cars right away.
I got you. I can do this.
That's why Darian's here, and that's why David is here.
I'm getting more into it. I can do this.
Yeah, you're like a walking encyclopedia. What is this? Who drove this car right here? Don't even look. Domino's Pizza 30. Who drove it?
Okay, I don't know that one.
Oh, okay.
I know this one.
Who drove this one?
Jack Villeneuve drove this.
Wow.
I'm not even looking. Buddy Lizier.
I don't have any way to know if these are correct. Buddy Lizier. Okay. Look at this. Okay. All right. Geez, Darian, slow down. He's off. He knows most of the cars. We're gonna have to get them to turn the lights on in here because I want to see these things up close. I want to learn as much as I can about the open wheel IndyCar racing world, and where better to do that than at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, at the Brickyard itself. This feels like when you go in the school after hours. It just doesn't quite feel right, but it's pretty amazing. Let there be light. Ooh, and right away, Parnelli Jones. Oh, I love that font. I love the design. What year is this? 1963. This car won the 1963 Indy 500. How about that? 1961, this was AJ Foyt's first Indianapolis 500 winning car, I should say. Wow. These things look vastly different, obviously, than modern day Indy cars. Oh, hey, here's a car from a race I actually watched. Alexander Rossi won the 100th running of the Indianapolis 500 in this beautiful Napa-wrapped race car. This thing is gorgeous. Crazy to see what an Indy car, you know, close to modern day. Of course, there's no aero screen from back in 2016, but it's crazy to look at the difference between an Indy car from, you know, this most recent decade and one from about 7 decades earlier, 1941. Wow. Look how close the steering wheel is to the dash. Wow, not like maybe 2 or 3 inches of space between there. Whoa. Oh my gosh, so many cars in here. I'm trying to take my time and read a little bit about every single one. I didn't realize that they had co-drivers back in the day. Floyd Davis and Maury Rose co-drove this car to the Indy 500 win in 1941. I did not know that was a thing. Driver swaps. I'm gonna head back this direction. I'm kind of bouncing all over the place. You know, you got really old cars next to more modern day recent cars. You got Dan Weldon's 2011 Indy 500 winning car. I remember this finish as well. I remember actually watching this one live, or maybe I saw the highlights on ESPN shortly thereafter, but I remember this crazy finish.
I remember this is a childhood race right here.
A childhood race for you? What, you're going over the line, Darian? What are you doing? Oh, we are? Oh, I didn't hear that part. Oh, okay, let's go over the line just for a second. Not gonna touch anything.
Bro, the late Dan Weldon sat in this freaking seat right here, bro.
That's amazing.
R.I.P. Remember, this was a whole one-off deal too. Like, this is even more impressive.
Oh, this is just a one-off?
He wasn't racing full-time that season, yeah. And
oh, wow.
And the car owner was Colton Herta's dad, Brian Herta.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Crazy. Jarrett, I know you're also kind of a newer IndyCar fan,
very much
but what do you make of, the 1912 Indy 500?
Oh,
what?
I don't know this stuff.
We've surpassed even Darian's vast knowledge. What? That's crazy. But are you impressed? Because I'm impressed.
Yeah.
I'm
impressed. Like, what kind of question is that?
I mean, I think every car in here has won the Indy 500, I'm pretty sure. It's hard not to be mesmerized by that. Ooh. The front end on this one looks quite a bit different than current cars. And really, the whole thing, look at this. From the back, obviously as a big NASCAR fan, you can see all the small details between cars from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 90s, even the 2010s, there was differences between the cars year to year. But looking at these Indy cars back to back, it feels like there are a lot of subtle differences year to year. It almost feels like no 2 cars in here look the same, like are from the same era almost. Very interesting to see firsthand some of the innovation, the changes over the years of IndyCar. And I didn't even notice, looking at all these cars here along the side wall, we've got some interesting stuff. We've got Willie T. Ribs. Got his helmet right here. That's pretty cool. Helmet he wore for the 1991 Indy 500. That's neat. Cool that he has a little display here. Got some more helmets right here. Oh, Schumacher, yeah. Michael Schumacher helmet. Bobby Rahal. You mentioned they have a Richard Petty helmet as well down here.
Well, bro, look at the evolution of helmets, though. Look at it.
Look at it, bro. Dude, helmets definitely didn't do a whole lot way back in the day. Oh wow, look, they've got a new exhibit here, or a new display for Roger Penske, the latest owner of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. There he is. Actually, wait, this is a display for all the previous owners. Of course, the Holman George family, who owned this facility for many, many years. Many in the area still very familiar with them. Oh, and they go all the way back to the founders. I don't know who founded this place. Arthur Newby, Frank Wheeler, Carl Fisher, and James Allison. Wow, I did not know who founded Indianapolis Motor Speedway. From the mind of Hoosier native Carl Fisher. That's crazy. They've got some early trophies down here as well. Whoa, that looks like a goblet. I feel like I imagine a witch, you know, cackling over this thing as suspicious liquids bubble out. Anyway, that is awesome. We're still in just this first big room. I can see some other stuff out in the distance. I'm trying not to get distracted because this is a lot to take in all at once, but we've only seen the very beginning. Another AJ Foyt Indy 500 winning car. Love that classic AJ Foyt 14. This looks so cool. Man, I'm just bouncing all over the place at this point.
He bought a customer McLaren.
Penske's first win.
Question mark? Yes, I think so.
When was the first race?
There are so many stories about the chemicals they would put in the fuel, where that motor would be right on the brink of just blowing itself to bits.
Do they actually have a side view mirror like this? Like, was this the actual rear view mirror, like jutting out?
What in the heck?
Yeah, like, is this a thing? Did they actually do this?
Wow, I guess they did. I mean, it's on the car.
Al Unser did apparently.
Well, specifically him, I guess.
Moving into the next room a little bit, they have on display here, the Borg-Warner trophy. Wow, with all of the faces of past Indy 500 winners. Whoa. Kind of creepy though when you just kind of look at it like this. Ugh, like, goodness gracious. Spooky. Scott Dixon looking especially creepy right here. Look at Takuma Sato. Wow. I love this. This is so cool though. Amazing. Let's get a front-facing view. Yeah. Check that out. STP colors look gorgeous whether it's on a stock car or an open wheel car. Wow. 2009 Helio Castroneves car right here. Love that. That's super cool. This is really, really cool. Ooh, we've got some Pennzoil cars. The iconic yellow and red. Can't miss it. This whole section is dedicated to Rick Mears. Wow, he won six Indy 500 pole awards? Wow. Not to mention his 4 Indianapolis 500 victories, of course, which puts him in rare company. How many, Darian? 4 drivers, right, have won 4 Indy 500s? Lots of Rick Mears stuff. You got Rick Mears' big face. Look at him up on the wall.
Rick Mears caught on fire in this car, and this was when they were using methanol fuel, so it was clear.
Ooh.
So there were guys on fire who were like smacking each other, like, and like you can see the footage, like there's people waving their hands, like they're on fire.
But nobody can. Yeah. Wow.
That was what they decided to do instead of gasoline. They decided that was safer.
Ooh.
Very strange logic there.
That's one amazing thing about Rick Mears is he can take 1 second and stretch it out into 1 minute. It's part of his racing prowess. Is he did the same thing with a car, but when he's recounting being on fire, he was like, from the time it took me to get my hands off the steering wheel and onto my belts to get out of the car, it felt like 5 minutes because he's that detailed of a person. And then he made the mistake of standing up because he was in a panic, and that allowed the flames off his suit to go right up his helmet, and that's how he burns his nose, and he ended up having a lot of plastic surgery for that.
You can see the photo of that right there, and you can actually see like the heat waves and stuff. But
So he's on fire. That's where Rick, somebody had an extinguisher and he ran over to him, and he caught
invisible
that guy on fire.
flames.
So that
Wow.
guy ran away. So then no one's actuating the extinguisher, so he's holding it, and then, but his eyes are closed the whole time. So he's holding it, and then he opens his eyes and he realized the safety guy ran away, and that's right before his dad came over and saved him from burning his lungs and the rest of his face.
Wow.
His car actually went under a guardrail and severed the front of the car. And if you'll remember, I showed you like the front of these cars.
Yeah. There's not a lot of room.
So the guardrail like cut the front of this car off.
Like I'm 6'7". If I got in this thing, my feet would probably be at least to the 6 here. There's to the floor. Literally put my feet to the floorboards. Yeah.
If your knees could even fit.
Yeah. It's a tall order getting me in any of these cars.
There was actually a car that there was a driver named Chris Neifel who was so tall they had to build a custom chassis, a completely purpose-built, just to fit him.
Wow.
And we have that in our
And they have
basement.
that.
It was the all-gray one. It was over by the 80s car.
Okay. The Rick Mears display continues on. Oh, there's an extra room here. Whoa.
This is Roger Mears' professional career. He was really big in the Baja racing and had a Budweiser sponsorship for a while. So this is the Jeep Poncho. This is more of an enduro buggy. And then the buggy over there, so they ran stadium races with this. Sorry, I'm jumping all over the place. So this was stadium races at Ascot. They all pretty much had this same chassis style. And then the winged buggy in the corner, the orange one, he won Pikes Peak in that. And that's when pretty much everybody that was winning Pikes Peak, like Bobby Unser and all them, were winning in front engine dirt cars. So they came in with that thing that has like, I don't know, a third the horsepower. But it has the nimbleness to get around Pikes Peak. He met Bill Simpson. Bill Simpson put him in an old Eagle chassis, a 1970.
Which is also in there.
Yeah, that's back hiding in the corner. I didn't get the lights on. When he attempted to qualify for the Indy 500 in that car, he was walking by Roger Penske, and it was like his 3rd attempt, I think. And Roger just said, the most important thing, don't put it in the fence. And Rick at the time was like, well, yeah, like, okay.
Easier said than done.
Easier said than done, but that started the relationship, and then they all went on a motorcycle trip that was an annual thing for a lot of the big players in open wheel racing out in California. And Roger Penske was one of the guys riding a motorcycle out there with them. And in hindsight, he thinks the reason he was invited to that was for Roger to kind of check him out and see what he's like outside of the track. because he's very keen on somebody's attitude, if they're presentable, you know, just what their personality is, if they're going to fit into a team.
Is that comfortable?
I mean, like, yeah.
Could I fit in there, you think?
I don't know, Eric. I don't know if you
Well, this
could.
would be your best bet. This car is your absolute best bet.
You said this is a real car though that's been just modified?
Yeah, they just cut
Whoa.
the sides out of it.
I
They
see that.
obviously put more padding in.
Oh yeah, they did.
It's a lot.
You actually see real photos of it.
It's a step stool. This is what it looked like originally, before it was modified for
Like, drive this.
us.
Hey, try your best.
You're not gonna hurt that car. This thing was in the Building Museum for like 15 years.
I can't quite get my.
Wow.
Wait, baby, I can't. I'm wiggling. I'm wiggling. Hold on. Look at the roll. Look at the roll.
Oh
he would
my
not want to get
God.
upside down.
No, you're done. How's it feel?
Kind of a tight squeeze. I definitely don't feel safe or secure.
Yeah.
Dude, she called that one guy.
We would fit better than I thought we would.
Yeah, looks nice
I fit
for
better
sure.
in this than I do in Space Mountain.
We're gonna go even deeper into the bowels of the museum. Well, I think these lights would usually be on, but it's kind of creepy. This is very creepy. Ooh, this lighting is really, really cool. Check out the wedge design. That's neat. This makes me think of those soapbox derby cars that like the Boy Scouts do, where it's just you carve that like wood block into just like a wedge, attach some wheels and go for it. Hey, whatever works. Aerodynamic, I guess. This is a collection of cars from team owner Andy Granatelli. This one was driven by Mario Andretti. Oh, that's amazing. And this was a USAC car. This thing raced on dirt, actually. Wow. Whoa, this lighting makes it look really cinematic. I actually don't mind that the lights are off in here. It really adds to the after hours feel. The colors on these things do not need much light on them to pop. Oh wow, they have a modern day Chip Ganassi racing Indy car, but you know, stripped down so you can see some of the inner workings. Yeah, the light's a little dark, but you can see at least some of it. Oh, you get a real good look at the engine here in the back. Check that out, Honda. Wow, all the way over into the wheel. This is awesome how it's just kind of sliced in half. That's amazing. That was amazing. This whole place was amazing. I think they need our help putting that Richard Petty car away. I don't know what that means, but let's go check it out. Darian, you pushing? You putting the work in? You pushing?
I like how we just look like a bunch of scrubs that found a NASCAR. Someone stop us and be like, hey, whoa, y'all work here.
That was really, really cool. A huge thank you to David Land, Luke, everyone at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Museum for letting us go in and take a look at everything, and I mean everything. The basement absolutely delivered some pretty spicy things down there. I wish I could have filmed and shown y'all even more, but if you're ever here in Indianapolis or anywhere nearby, the racing capital of the world, you've got to check out the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Museum. Even if there's no race in town, come check it out. It is worth it, especially if you're a fan of American motorsports. That's gonna do it from here. Sun is setting. Gotta get warmed up because tomorrow is the inaugural Verizon 200, the Cup Series on the Indianapolis road course. I can't wait. I'll see you there.